Holy Spirit,
They better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate.
Hey, hey,
Let's go.
they say I ain't saved because I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need, and that's it. They always in my business because they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible, but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit, activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my way? So
Holy Spirit,
you better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
You can
Hold on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They
activate.
better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate.
Hey, hey,
Let's go.
they say I ain't saved because I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need, and that's it. They always in my business because they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible, but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit, activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my way? So
Holy Spirit,
you better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
You can
Hold on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They
activate.
better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate.
Hey, hey,
Let's go.
they say I ain't saved because I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need, and that's it. They always in my business because they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible, but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit, activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my way? So
Holy Spirit,
you better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
You can
Hold on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They
activate.
better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate.
Hey, hey,
Let's go.
they say I ain't saved because I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need, and that's it. They always in my business because they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible, but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit, activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my way? So
Holy Spirit,
you better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
You can
Yeah, hold on. Hi. Hello, everyone. Can y'all hear me? I was saying this earlier. I don't know. I was playing with the sound. The sound should be good. I don't know. I mean, but it might not be. If it's not a well, that's what that word. Oh, it's not enough light in here. Hold on, let me turn some light. Yeah. Okay, that's better. More light. I'm like, why is it so dark? Hello. So y'all saying that y'all can hear me? You can hear me? You can hear me? Okay. Okay, y'all saying y'all can hear me? I'm good. I'm good. Okay, good. Y'all saying y'all can hear me? Good. So I love y'all. Welcome back to my show. I told you we would be back later to do hot topics. So we're gonna talk about a few of those. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. After this show, we'll be going right over to coffee and doing our live over there. We'll talk about some teams. We'll talk about some things on coffee. So make sure that right after this, what you go with that Zoom? What you go with that Zoom? So he could be like, "You selling something? Something?" So Maker. So I love you guys, and again, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Okay. Somebody said you did not have that on earlier. Yes, I shower multiple times throughout the day. I don't know about these other creators, girl. But after I come from the gym, all of that, I always shower. And then I just any show I feel like you should have on something different so that you know you're watching a different show. If you keep wearing the same clothes all day on live, you're poor. You're poor. Help me, I'm poor. So I'm not poor. So I'm getting closets of clothes I have. So yeah. So yeah, only poor people do that. Sorry, we're rich. So Megan. So yeah. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. I don't know what YouTube is doing with these notifications, but I'm about to quit. CEO, you need me. Okay, I'm popping soon. So I'm about to quit and just go over to coffee and station head and all of that because we're not one-trick ponies over here. Okay, we're not just popping in one place. We're popping all over the world. Absolutely. So that's what that word. That's what that word. That's what that word. I'm not gonna talk about some show those muscles. Now, see, I don't have to show my body or anything like that because I have talent. I'm entertaining as hell, even like this. Yay. Yay. I'm entertaining as hell. Girl, I ain't. Now, get me wrong. I don't mind oogling these goodies. But I don't have to show my body. I'm talented. It's the bland girls that have to, be relying on their bodies. I don't have to do that. I could do this skinny, fat, in shape, big in here. I could do this any size. I could do this any size, girl. Unfortunately, these other girls can't. They're too reliant. Girl, on that, girl. I get to use this when I start getting boring. When I'm not popping soon. But I'm popping soon. So I don't, girl, I don't have to. Girl, I ain't got a zooty. Girl, I ain't got a zooty, but I can. Girl, I can. I mean, here, flip. Sean can do everything. Like, Sean can do everything. Oh, they're mad. Oh, they're upset. Oh, they're gonna stay that way. So, man, girl. So, I love y'all. I love y'all. So, yeah, please hit the like. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. So, the title says, "Is it Carlishia? Carlishia? I hope I'm saying that right. Hood and Son are free." Absolutely. Kodak Fly, this bat, then went back to jail. JT, abusive city girl, is still running around harming little Uzi girl. Oh my goodness, she's just a bully, like gross. So she still ain't went to jail. I want to know why. That's what that word. That's what that word. So let's get right into these topics without holding y'all in further. Let's do that. That's what that word. We did have a show over here on YouTube earlier. An interview. Shout out to TJ. We will be going to discuss some things after this on coffee. I know a lot of the girls is mad. And I don't care. Like, oh God. Ugh. Oh my goodness. I'll be like, oh, he a neighbor's jag. Oh, he windmills for the. Okay. It was so weird. But I really don't care. I don't care. I don't. We did an interview earlier with TJ. Shout out to TJ. Shout out to Jag, but it was about, once again, TJ. y'all are entitled to your feelings and like your opinions and stuff like that. If y'all wasn't, I would block y'all when y'all say something negative, right? I don't block y'all. I don't have my moderators block y'all. I don't delete y'all comments under the video. Even when y'all go like, I don't. Like, I don't do none of that. Like, y'all are so weird. Like, I be like, I'm literally unbiased. I let everybody have their own opinion. Like, y'all, that's what I'm saying. I really just don't care. Like, go off. I really don't care about what none of y'all think. I literally don't. So when y'all come into my DMs and stuff, and y'all be like, oh, if you just let Jag go blocked, if you just stop bringing it blocked, yeah, I'm gonna just block you because I don't care what you have to say, literally. Like, I just don't care. Like, I do my show for entertainment. Okay, we had over 1,000 people in the chat when we talked, so clearly it mattered. I mean, because y'all be mad weird. Like, you cannot be present and disagree with something. And what I mean by that is like, you can't be like, I disagree with these people being over here, but I'm watching. Why would I take anything you say into consideration? Just why? Think about that. Think about, you know how dumb you sound? Although I'm supporting the mess and supporting what you're doing by watching, because whether you hate watch, love watch, like watch, you're watching. Okay? They don't remove a watch because you don't like the person. So since I don't like Sean and I'm watching, this view ain't gonna count. It is. That check's still gonna go up, all of that. So I mean, it like that's why we content creators, we don't care about y'all subscriptions because we don't get paid off of those. What don't y'all get about that? Gross. We don't get, because you know you can be a member of a channel without being subscribed. Did you know that? Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So yeah, I don't care. That's why I'm like, oh, you subscribed, bye. But you watched. That's how I get paid. Thanks. Like the video. Like that. I don't get paid subscription. I don't get paid off those. Literally. Like you get no coin off of a subscription. It all comes from what you still do, which is watch. That's how we get paid. What don't y'all get about that? We literally don't make a dime off subscriptions. This is where we get our money, when you watch. So either you're a hater or a lover, bitch, I'm getting paid. Girl, you don't have to be subscribed for me to get paid. Because you're going to watch either way. Like, it doesn't matter. Girl, I'm infectious. Girl, it's hard to stay away from a bad bitch. Whether you're here watching or rather another content creator is playing my videos or whatever, you're going to see me, girl. I'm going to come up. I'm that bitch. So yeah, I'm going to come up, girl. I'm a part of the conversation. You're mad. So you're going to see me whether you like it or not. Whether you like it or not, you're going to see me. Ooh, you're upset. So it's just like everything there. Yeah, so just public service. Stop watching me. Okay. Bye. See you tomorrow. Girl, it's never a goodbye. It's always a see you later. So let's get into this fly. So Kodak Blake, this upside down bats, has turned himself in after failing to submit a mandatory drug test. Okay, now it is drugs all up in this boy's face. So clearly he's been doing them. I mean, I wouldn't took no test either. Did y'all see this? Did y'all see this? Hold on. Because this one acting like it don't want to play. You know, I come with a backup receipt. Boom. Boom. Let's get into it.
Yeah, bro, I could have let a nigga know I was finna go to jail. I ain't saying what you call it, but I'm the type of nigga, fam. Like it or not, I mean, I was a busy person. Like it or not, I do a big dumb family that motherfuckers who what you call it. Let a nigga know right quick. You know what I'm saying? If that's what it gotta be, homie, just come on, bro. A nigga deserve that, even though it's for a week. Be like, all right, bro, you gotta you have to go to jail or prison, whatever. Oh, next week. Or 2 weeks. You ain't got to do all the bullshit to be that. Be cool. And I mean, you know, nigga, I don't call me, bro. Don't call me, bro. I don't care. I don't care, bro. Don't call me, bro. Nah, don't call me, bro. I don't care. They probably call him to say whatever the fuck you want to say to him. I don't care, bro. I don't care. It's the only way. Wait, fuck, come in. Judge me. Cause I'm gonna tell you, man. So you can know if you want to deal with this shit or not. For real, bro. So I'm gonna give you the choice. And when I love motherfucker like this here. This my love. I love you so much. Even if it hurt me. And it's like, damn, bro, I could have let a nigga know I was finna go fail. I ain't saying what you call it, but I'm the type of nigga fan. Like it or not, I'm a busy person. Like it or not, I do a big dumb family and motherfuckers who what you call it. Let a nigga know right quick. You know what I'm saying? If that's what it gotta be, homie, just come on, bro. A nigga deserve that, even though for a week. Be like, all right, bro, you have to go to jail or prison, whatever. Oh, next week or 2 weeks. You ain't got to do all the bullshit to be that. Be cool. And I mean, you know, nigga.
God, he's ugly. Lord have mercy. He ugly as hell. So now this bat is down here, Kodak bat is down here, or this booger wolf, this mosquito is down here in the dark. Because there ain't a piece of light in that room. I said he was doing that in the dark. Oh my God. Ew. I was like, oh, he was like, look, it ain't a piece of light in this look. It's giving the light coming from the camera phone. Look, ain't no light in this room. It's the bat is what that word. Look, that's a cell phone light. So you mean to tell me you ugly and in the dark? Oh my word. Oh my word. Yay. Down here in this damn back cave. Back cove. Girl, I said, so you mean to tell me that you came in a room and he was down there in the dark. Look at how he looking. Doing all of that. I mean, I can see why he's in the dark. He's a bat. You know. Just ugly. I'm just like, ooh, he down here ugly as hell. But yeah, I do feel like Kodak should get again, of course he wasn't gonna go take or drug test. He would have peed fentanyl. You can't pee powder. Because that's what would have came out. That's what would have came out. So this mosquito just went on ahead and turned itself in because he knew that UA was on dope. Is what that word. And I don't feel sorry for Kodak. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I feel sorry for the girls that he R-worded. Especially that, what was she, 16, 17 years old, that black girl. He bit her face, all type of stuff. All type of stuff to that girl. I don't feel sorry for him. The president is why he out. He literally got a pardon for a partial R-word charge. For like an R-word charge, like R-wording a girl. He got a pardon for that. That wasn't his only charge. He had other charges too. But part of his pardon was R-wording a girl. Multiple women have came forward about Kodak. But this girl actually took him to court, all of that. Yes. Yes. So the only reason he out is because he was pardoned by Trump. Remember him wearing the Make America Great hats again and all of that? Yeah, I don't feel sorry for him at all. No, I don't. Do he need help? Yes. Should he go to rehab? Yes. But yeah, I don't feel sorry for him. I don't feel sorry for him at all. I mean, you reap what you sow. If you are here putting people through hell, expect your life to be the same thing. I mean, the same dude slapped his mom on the butt. And stuff like he weird. Like, yeah, no, I don't feel sorry for him at all. Not even a little bit. This don't worry me or nothing. But these are the type of friends, like I said the other day about Cardi B, having a lot of yes men around you, because this isn't a time if you're his friend or family or if you work for him, or this isn't a time to be recording him because he's acting obscene. No, this is a time to get him help. Absolutely. This is times where you offer him water and to see if he wants to go to like the hospital, or something like that. Okay? This is when people OD, when they're acting erratic and whatnot like this, This isn't a time to record him. I feel like that's disgusting. So whoever recorded him, shame on you. Shame on you for recording him. That's gross. There's no reason to be recording him in this state. There's no, for what besides clout? Like, what other reason would you be recording him? He didn't even know what he was saying at this point in time. He didn't even know what he was saying. So why record it? He's not making any sense. So why record him? If he's supposed to be reporting to take a drug test, why would you be reporting online that he's clearly on drugs? What kind of friend are you? I mean, literally. This happened right before this. Kodak Black turns himself in after failing to submit a mandatory drug test. Why would you put that online? What was the reason? What was the reason to put this online, knowing that he should have been somewhere getting drug tested? This doesn't show sober. It doesn't show that. It's like you wanted to humiliate him, because this is humiliating. Why wouldn't it be? You literally supposed to have all this money, all of this, living this life, but you literally alone downstairs in the dark, like the bat you were born, arachnophobia, downstairs in the dark, talking to yourself, because who the hell are you talking to? Who asked you if you was busy? And you said, I'll be busy. Who said what? What are you talking about? You're literally down there having conversations with 6 different people that don't none of us see but you. You down there talking to Robin, Batman, Batgirl, and Batwoman, having conversations with these bats, and we have no idea. Again, arachnophobia. Good. So down there with spiders and all of that, just down there, like, yeah, you reap what you sow. Again, Kodak Black has done a lot of horrible things to people. A lot. Look them up. I've done survivings on them. Go look. Go look at the survivings I've done on Kodak Black. They're on my channel. They're still up. Mm-hmm. We've survived him multiple times. So he's a horrible person. Doesn't matter if you like his music. He's, again, a horrible person. But he absolutely is. So yeah, he chose to do what he did to those women. He even admitted it. Like, he chose a guilty charge against the girl that accused him of the R word. He pled guilty. And he was pardoned. That is why he's free. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And he was facing other charges. Like, he wasn't done facing charges at that time. That was just the main charge. One of the main charges was R-wording. That young black girl even bit her. All of that. All of that. So you taking it from girls, biting on them and all of that. She was just a huge fan of Kodak. That is it. Not everybody that comes to hang out with you wants to sleep with you. Like, but these celebrities feel entitled to people. If a woman comes anywhere with them, they have to bust down. If you're not bust down, Tatiana, don't come with me, then tell them that. Tell them that. Stop thinking you're going to take them back to an exclusive party or an after party when they're going to hang out, listen to music, maybe drink, among other things. They should have options. They should have choices. That's why I do not like Trey Songz. I don't care what nobody say. Trey Songz literally makes it mandatory. If you are not coming with him to sleep with him, you're not coming with him. So there's some girls that don't know that. They don't know until they get there. It's not like he said it to them. Like, you sleep with me, right? And it was like, yeah. And then went back and then they get there. And I would understand that. That's a little different. But no, they just expect it. You around me, you sleeping with me. And it's like, what? Like, no, I'm not. Like, I just think you cool. You cute, whatever. But I don't want you. I don't want you like that. I just came to hang out. Like, I came to chill with my girl. Like, my girl actually, really want to be here. I just can't work. She want to come by herself. They taking people phones and all of that. Like, take my phone for what? Pushing them in rooms and basically bringing them out single file line, one at a time, basically having their way with them. To where some of the girls get so exhausted of saying no to where they just give in. It's still you being R-worded. You're not giving consent. Giving in is not giving consent. Giving up is not giving consent. Like, it's not. If somebody keep hassling you for it and they keep getting on top of you and stuff like that, and you ain't with it, and they just like, yes, you are. And then you just get, and you're just like, whatever. That you're still being R-worded. Absolutely. The young lady that went back with hung out with Kodak Black, she wanted nothing to do with him like that. Young girl came to his concert and whatnot, really liked him as an artist, just wanted to meet him. He chose her. She felt special. He wanted to do more with her. She said no. He didn't take no for an answer. And took it from her. Bid on her, all of that. And he wondered why he dealing with these demons. You haven't paid for anything. How entitled would you feel if you R-worded someone and done many other crimes, and then all of a sudden, because you who you are, the president pardoned you? So you don't pay for your crimes. You just get out. Why do you think he's still doing drugs and stuff like that? He don't appreciate, he don't care, he feels entitled. It don't matter what y'all do to me. Oh, well, I'm failed this drug test, y'all gonna let me right out. I'm gonna find a way to get out. I'm gonna make sure my attorney find a way to make sure I get out of here. I don't care what I gotta pay him. It's a system of entitlement. So they feel above the law, and Kodak Black is a prime example of that. Because again, he did not pay for his crimes. He was pardoned. And God don't like ugly. That's why he's still dealing with charges to this day. Like, it ain't over. It is not over. So it's like President Trump, to me, is disgusting to even consider letting somebody like Kodak out of jail. Because this is the same president that wanted the Central Park, 5 or 6? What is it? The Central Park men to get the D penalty. He wanted their lives taken. Because it happened to a white woman. Because this black girl was R-worded, and Trump had to read what he was pardoning them for before pardoning them. So he knew exactly what he did. He knew exactly what Kodak did. He knew. And he still let him out. But I thought you felt so strongly about this, Trump. Weird. You wanted 5 innocent men, children, whose lives were wasted behind bars because of people like you in your campaign. But you'll let go someone who pleaded guilty to the same crime, but it was against a black girl. So, because that's the only difference. The Central Park woman was a white woman, and this woman that Kodak R-worded was black. That's not really the only difference. They're accused of the same things. They're accused of the same thing. Kodak isn't innocent. He did it. The Central Park 5, all innocent. And he wanted them basically hanged. Hang them. But free him. Okay. Okay. Absolutely. And Trump wonder why he going through what he going through right now. He wonder why. Karma. Yeah, now that's karma. Literally. Literally. So it shows you how hypocritical Trump was back in the day against the Central Park Five. No, you're just racist, is what you are. You're prejudiced, is what you are. Because you wanted those 5 men slain. But now you go from wanting 5 black men slain for allegedly innocent men, for allegedly doing something to a white woman. But you free the same people you don't like, which is Kodak. You don't like him. He's black. No. This was for the public. This was to get the hip hop community, black people, involved with wanting to support Trump by freeing somebody like this dog, who should have stayed behind bars. And they wonder why he keep being a problem. He gonna stay one. He gonna stay one. A person like him deserves to be in jail. He does. He deserves to be in prison. He deserves it. Because look what he doing with his freedom. When it's innocent men, black men especially, in jail right now, that would cherish being free, that wouldn't get out and do none of this. But you pardoning him, somebody you know is guilty. Disgusting. Very deplorable. So yeah, I don't feel sorry for Kodak. I don't give a good goddamn. If he don't want to get no help, oh well. That's on him. That's on him. Okay, care less. Moving right along. So Trina, Burger Trina, absolutely. Burger Trina, Lasagna Trina, absolutely said that she is not a pregnant. Y'all was all up in my chat when I was calling her Lizzo, and saying that she's pregnant. Like I said on my hot topics the other day, was that yesterday? That there's nowhere on Trina's social media or anywhere publicly that she's pregnant. Last I checked, she is not pregnant. As far as I'm concerned, these is flaming hot and salt and vinegar pork rinds, or girl, that is a crab bowl on top or underneath her breast, is what that word. So yeah, she is not pregnant. She says that y'all need to leave her alone and just accept what y'all see, because she is not pregnant. Okay, that's what that word. So Trina up here or done stuffed herself in this outfit. Now I find it mighty weird how y'all tell Burger Lizzo that when she dressed a certain way and she look a certain way, then y'all want to talk about my girl Lizzo. But then Trina come out here looking like the big sister that ate the little sister. And y'all know all y'all body shaming. She's older. All that. We don't care about none of that. Stop promoting perfection if you realize that you are not perfect. Trina has always run around talking about she is the diamond princess, not the golden corral princess. She didn't say nothing about being a Burger King princess, nothing about the Chick-fil-A princess. She didn't say none of that. None of that. Okay? So if y'all gonna pressure and talk about Lizzo like a dog, like y'all do, and say she look a mess and she shouldn't have had that on and she too big and all of that, so is she? No, y'all not about to be selective. Well, who y'all body shame? It's fine to body shame Lizzo, but when it comes to Trina, we got to be respectful for what? Girl, please. Respect her for what? Shout out to her slutty music. Like what? If Lil' Kim and all of them, they got to keep their bodies wide and tight. Girl, because they don't always pushed that image. If Trina wanted to look like this, she should have been looking like this. Don't wait to get lazy and big in here. And then when you do, everybody needs to close a blind eye. No, for what? Nobody's going to look right at you. Girl, please. Because Trina could have been in the chat when people dogging Lizzo and whatnot and defending Lizzo. No, she was quiet at the church house mouse. So now that she done ate the baby, Now that she look big in here, girl, now that she ain't been on a treadmill in years, she want to tell people to just accept her. Why? That ain't what you pushed. Girl, that ain't what you pushed. You did not push that narrative. Like when Adele first came out, Adele was, plus size, a little big in here, a little piece of big in here. A girl. And then she lost all of that weight, and then people just like, oh, like what? Girl, are you all right? Like, girl, what happened to you? Like, wait a minute. That's Adele? So, I mean, it's no different than Trina. You used to see you look a certain way. You don't look that way. We're like, that's Trina. That's not body shaming. Body shaming means you call her all type of fat this and fat that. That's body shaming. Body shaming her. If she liked what she looked like, then good for her. The audience ain't used to seeing her being like that. What's the problem? Like when Janet Jackson was in Why Did I Get Married Too? I was looking at Janet. I thought, ooh, that's Janet. Ooh. Don't I look like a Halle Berry poster? See the baby there playing tricks on ya? So, Maggie. So I was just like, ooh, Janet, okay. Ooh, like Jackson? Girl, I know you got, okay, go on, Janet, girl. Go on, Janet, girl. But, she was thick, super thick. She looked like she ate Janet in the first movie. I was like, well, goddamn. I said, okay, girl, I saw you was picking flat. Now you far fool. So I'm like, oh my God, gone, girl. Gone, girl. So, I mean, I ain't cuss out for what? When she was on good time, the Penny was a little chunky at one point, the big cheek. Girl, Penny was a little piece of, So, I mean, we saw that before. Then Janet had that baby at 50 shoot. She blew up too, but it was all right. Because, Janet, known for snapping back. Girl. She come with the kick drum, come. But then you have Trina stomping on this stage, coming on this stage plus size, and we wondering why. And what's wrong with that? She usually coming out Zion princess, just mind your business. No, girl, just mind your biscuits. Because, girl, what you been eating, girl? Girl, you look good, big girl. Gone, girl. That outfit is a mess, but gone, girl. Because y'all know she looked a mess in that bodysuit on the BET Awards. If Lizzo would have wore that, she would have got cussed out. Oh, let's cuss Lizzo out because she knows she should have put that bodysuit on. But then Lasagna Trina, Alfredo Trina, Crab Bowl Trina, Salmon Trina, girl. Girl. She put it on. And y'all, ooh, don't body shame. She looked fine. Why y'all say about Lizzo? Why y'all do that when it's jumped on? Why y'all say about Lizzo? Why Lizzo couldn't look fine how she was? Why it's like, ooh, she knows she ought to be ashamed of herself. She shouldn't. It's the girls that's plus size now but still want to dress like they skinny. Girl, you ain't skinny. So if you embracing your body, embrace being big in here. Stop trying to embrace 2004. You're not giving that. Because this is a 2004 body, Trina. This would have been a cute outfit. Girl, you on the stage with this girdle showing and all of that, girl. Is that a girdle? And a body shaper on? Like, girl, what's going on with you? Ain't nobody telling her to get surgery or nothing like that. We just confused. That's all. Because the last time we saw you was picking the pie. And now you far fool. So we just trying to figure out why you stacked up like a brick house inside of a warehouse. And that's all. We want to know what Bobby cousin at. Because this ain't her. Where Bobby from Love and Hip Hop cousin at? Girl, you don't know Nan that because she came out wheezing. You don't know Nan? And who spent the grants and I spent? My 5, 6 best friends, you don't know Nan. I'm like, wait a minute. I said, ooh, Trina. I said, oh my goodness. I said, girl, what's going on with you? I'm going to keep it real. Girl, what's going on with you? All right, is this what we doing now? Is this our look? Or is this a before and after? You getting free surgery too? Like, what that word? What that word? But we ask a question like she been big all the time. That's like Kelly Preston on stage. We're like, ooh, Kelly a little. No, Kelly, she been like this. No big deal for what we used to. That's fine. That's what that word. Ain't nobody saying that Trina don't look good. People need to give everybody this energy. It's my thing. Beyonce at the Dubai performance. She had a pudge. Everybody, oh, she's pregnant. Oh, shit, why can't she just leave her alone? Leave her body alone. You know? Lizzo wears something, it's a fiasco. She a mammy. She a this, she a that. But then somebody like Trina does the same thing and y'all want to give her sympathy and empathy. Y'all, why? Why y'all don't be selective with who body you're going to accept. Accept everybody's body. Because if I'm going to sit here and call Lizzo, Burger Lizzo, and Piece of Lizzo, I'm going to call her that shit too. I'm going to call Trina that too. Because I'm real. I'm not fake like y'all. Y'all want to be selective with who y'all want to accept. Who bodies are appropriate and who bodies are not. So I'm not about to sit here and call Lizzo Burger Lizzo, but then, oh my God, Trina, you still look great. No, y'all be fake. Y'all be biased. Trina, you're big. Girl, you done gained a lot of weight. You plan on keeping it? Because if you do, I'll accept it. But don't come out here big, and then 3-4 months later, we see you, and you done slimed all the way down. Because then there be big girls out here, plus size women and men, that be looking up to y'all ass. And then y'all flip. Like, we ain't got time for that. Then y'all go lay on the table and get surgery. Like, and all of that, like y'all trash. So it's like, that's what I'm saying. Because Trina ain't no stranger to surgery. A girl, please. Like, she's not a stranger to surgery. Like, y'all be trying. Like, no, be real. If Trina's gonna be the size she is, embrace it. And stay like that. Don't wait till you get backlash. And then all of a sudden, because she lives in Miami, that's where all the best surgeons at. Well, some of them, I mean, they are living, taking lives. You know, at the same time. But again, then they go get sucked on and nipped and tucked and all of that stuff. Then they out here flat stomach and pictures and stuff again. Girl. And now the people that are plus size are working on their weight. The ones that were looking up to them, now they left to the wind. Because all of these people can afford surgeries and stuff like that. A lot of these people on weight loss journeys and stuff like that. If they could go get liposuction, they go get liposuction. If they can afford a tummy tuck, they will go get a tummy tuck. They can bear, some of these people can barely afford a gym membership. And then there's people like her and other ones that have come out here and pretend that it's okay to look this way just to change. Just to go lay on somebody's damn table. What are you sending? What message are you sending to these people that are looking up to you? Like, girl, Trina has always been a super confident woman. Always. You can't tell Trina she ain't no bad bitch. And you can't tell her that now. And I'm not telling her that she's still a bad bitch. But do she think that? Do she think that? Like, girl, please. Like, that's what we're not going to do. So ain't nobody body shaming her. Like, girl, please. If I call Lizzo Piece of Lizzo, you want to hee ha ha, hee ha, hee ha. But then when it comes to her, oh, I got to be respectful. Why? Because she makes slut music? What am I respecting? Trina didn't even want to rap. She said it out of her own mouth. Trick Daddy basically forced her. She had no interest, but y'all want me to respect her as a rapper? No, you do it. I respect hungry rappers, ones that want to get it in the paint, ones that want to get it honest, ones that want to build an established career. I respect them. People like her that didn't even want to do it, girl, please. No different than Cardi B. She's starting to give that same impression. Like, girl, I'm not respecting somebody that don't even want to do the craft. Like, they have no real interest in it. What am I respecting? Like, girl, please. I respect people that loved it, hungry for it. I respect those artists because it shows in their work. I'm just trying to hit that ish. Girl, please. Y'all gonna be like, ew, y'all talk so much ish about Cardi. That's why I wouldn't want to drop no album either. Girl, please. Y'all want to pedestal and coddle Cardi. Ain't nobody coddling her ass. Every artist got to drop a second album. She ain't no fucking different. All artists are terrified of their sophomore album. Most just gonna take damn near 10 years to drop it. Girl, please. The sophomore album can make or break you. Can make or break you. Every other artist, whether made it or broke it, girl, had to drop a sophomore album. It is a scary thing, especially when your first album is so successful. I get it. Girl, that's not insecurity. That's she don't want to do it. That's what it's giving. Because she done already been replaced by Ice Spice. Ice Spice done took the Cardi wave over. I don't give a damn what nobody say. Nobody even really be checking for Cardi like that no more music-wise. People done gave up. They're tired. Like, well, Rihanna, a lot of people just kind of just gave up. Just like, okay, well, she dropped and we here. But if she don't, I mean, we get it, girl. But Rihanna don't put her work in. So she literally don't have to drop. Somebody like Cardi, you do. You do. Yeah, you're not a legend. Legends get to just walk away. Legends get to get bored with it. You drop one album and you fatigued? What? Girl, anybody can drop a single. Don't take much to get in the studio, put in a certain amount of bars on something and show it to a video shoot. How hard is that? That ain't work. That ain't ethic. Blood, sweat, and tears in the studio, getting your records rejected and whatnot just to go harder in the studio. That's what I respect. Girl, please. Somebody was sitting around and respecting the girl that came out with one album, got amazing success, and then decided to be more so of a social media queen than a rap one. Like, girl, that's on y'all. So, like I said, I'm not Bardi Gang and I'm not a Barb. I'm neither one. I'm a fan of hip hop and everybody that do it. Like, girl, please. Cardi drop an album right now, I'm listening to it. Because I'm a fan of music. Don't give no good goddamn about Bardi Gang bars. I don't care about none of that bullshit. Because I don't owe Nicki nothing and I don't owe Cardi nothing. I don't know them. And they don't know me. Like, girl, please. Like, I don't owe neither one of them anything. I'm a fan of Nicki's music. Don't care what she do personally, none of it. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Drop your music. Because that's all I'm here for. Don't care what she doing personally. Girl, that's why we barely speak of her. That's why we barely speak of Cardi. Like, for what? If they're not dropping music, what we talking about? Like, that's how I feel. Like, I'm not about to keep talking. I don't care about Nicki and her husband. I don't care nothing about that. About every time something happened with them. So, she got to deal with that. She knows she married. And she knows she married. Girl, please. If Tasha K wasn't involved in this Cardi Offset stuff, I wouldn't even talk about it. For what? Cardi know who she married? Girl, he was cheating on you before you said I do. Girl, you know who you with. Like, girl, please. Girl, you know who you with. So, stop trying to act blindsided. How you blindsided? You made a whole song called Be Careful. Did you lie in the song? Because do what the song said. Because he was already cheating. So, girl, you know who you with. Girl, please. You cannot expect a cheater to be an honest man. Girl, you want honest before you said I do. Rings don't change nothing but a... Girl, it's an accessory to these niggas. A lot of these niggas is an accessory. This ain't no commitment. This ain't no reminder, nothing. They'll sleep right with that ring on. Girl, please. Move right along. So, gays. So, shout out to Trina. Girl. Bet you don't like that type of teaching. They don't like that type of teaching. Girl, they don't like these. Girl, they don't like these. Girl, they don't like these. Move right along. So, terrible. Florida officials have declined to file other charges against Suzanne Lorix Lorenz, right? How do you say that? Lawrence, who shot and Killed. Is it a Jack? I hope it's that right. Owens through a closed door over an iPad. Now, if y'all haven't heard this story, this black woman and this lady, okay, I'm not literally trying to make this a racial thing, like literally, but I mean, this is a white woman and a black woman. Sorry, there was a dispute between these two women. They were neighbors of each other, and with them being neighbors, there was something going on with a Jikes, I believe that's how you say it, children. With the neighbor, they had something had went onto her property, or something like that. I don't know what was it. Hold on, let's get into the story. So neighbors official, shout out to Neighborhood Talk. Neighbors officials have declined to file murder charges against Susan Lawrence, who pow-powed and Killed her neighbor, Ajay Owens, through a closed door. Officials cited insufficient evidence as the reason. If you recall, AJ Chantrell Owens was accused by her neighbor of trespassing after she knocked on the door to retrieve an iPad she believed the neighbor had. Owens' children had left the iPad in the field that they were playing in, and the woman allegedly took it. Orlando police say there was an incident that occurred between Owens and the children and the neighbor, which caused Owens and the neighbor to have what they call an aggressive interaction at the neighbor's house. They say the interaction involved banging on doors or threats being made. Many believe the pop-howling was racially motivated since Owens is a black woman and the neighbor is white. Jack's family was hoping to have the manslaughter charge upgraded to murder, but officials say they would need more evidence in order to prove the crime of second-degree murder. The state must prove beyond and to the exclusion of ever reasonable doubt the existence of a depraved mind toward the victim. And at the time, the KILLING, depraved mind required evidence or hatred, spite, ill will, they explain. So, again, the woman went next door because her children, Ajay, which was the black woman, the white woman was her neighbor. And she went next door and knocked on her door because the kids were playing allegedly on part of the woman's property, the white woman's property. And they left their iPad over there. And she went outside and saw, that the iPad was there and took the iPad into her home. And so Ajay came over and knocked on the door. AJ, she came over and knocked on the door and wanted her children's property back. Like, that's an iPad. Like, girl, give me my kids. But the woman had said very nasty things to the children before, the white woman that lived next door, that were racially motivated, that she said about AJ's children. So they had already had, kind of a prior problem, but it wasn't like massive, nothing to, but she had still been disrespectful towards the children. And so she went over to retrieve the iPad, and while she was knocking on the door and whatnot to retrieve it, the woman, Susan, came to the door and pow through the door and ended up taking this woman's life. I just feel like I'm so tired of this. Like I am so tired of things like this happening. This has happened a lot. There was a 16-year-old boy that accidentally knocked on the wrong door, and he was pow through the door, and whatnot. It's just happening way too often, and for people to be getting away with it, to me, is sickening. It absolutely is, and I do believe that they will even lower the charge for manslaughter. I do think that she will get a slap on the wrist, and that is not fair. It really is not. This woman is gone. Her children are left without a mother, all because she wanted to retrieve their property. There was no reason for this woman to die. Why? Like, why is she gone? How do you explain that to those children? That it's like, oh, well, your mom's gone because, why would those kids not feel like it was their fault? Why would those kids feel like, well, if we wouldn't have left the iPad over there, our mom would still be alive? Why would they not feel that way? That could be very traumatic. To be like, I literally feel like those kids may feel like it's their fault. Because again, she was going to retrieve the iPad, they left. And it's not those kids' fault. It's Susan's fault. That was Susan's decision to do what she did. Those kids ain't got nothing to do with that. Kids are forgetful, they're children. Whatever. She could have easily took our iPad and flung it into their yard. Like, stay in my yard, like type of situation. They're kids. But when you have a hatred towards them, like to hate these kids, because that's what it gave with Susan. Like she literally hated a Jaguar AJ. She hated her and her kids. The only reason to hate them is what I'm getting is these kids are kids. They're not like bad coming into your yard, destroying your property, or anything like that. I could get, not liking them for doing things like that. But if they're just being children, besides them being black, what reason don't you like them? What did they do besides be children? The only thing not to like, to me, is the color of their skin. Because again, what did they do? Shout out to, I'm sorry, someone sent a super sticker. Oh, I'm so sorry that I missed it. Hold on. Yeah, I feel so sorry for these children. I just like, this is horrible. Like, absolutely horrible. And it's like those poor kids probably feel like it's their fault. Because, their mom literally went over there because their property was left on, I guess, Susan's property. And who knows that it was actually on her property. She could have just took it because it was outside. I don't know. It's like it's giving theft. If you ask me, shout out to you for the super sticker representative. I'm so sorry. It's giving theft because why would you take it in your house anyway? Why would you come take these kids' property? Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. And again, I don't like to make everything like racially motivated. Like I really don't, because sometimes people are just hateful. I ain't got nothing to do with your color, your skin, or anything like that. Sometimes they just, some people are just mean. Just their lives is trash and their lives suck, so they want to make your lives suck too. Misery loves company. And so yeah, but I just feel like that is horrible. No, I don't think the children can be witnesses to this. I doubt that they'll make them testify. I doubt it, but they're basically saying that they have to prove without a reasonable doubt that it was premeditated in some way, is what it's giving, in order for them to make it a murder charge. But you have celebrities out here wanting to help, Carlishia Hood and stuff like that. What about her? What about AJ? What about her? Because I feel all type of ways about the Carlishia situation. I feel all type of ways about that, and we're about to get into that next. I feel all type of ways because I don't care what nobody says. But I just find it weird that a lot of these celebrities like to jump onto the viral stories, but forget the ones that aren't. No one's really talking about AJ and her children. No one's really talking about her. It's like she's forgotten. But everybody, Carlishia. Okay, I get it, with the Carlishia situation. But when it comes to AJ, this is insanely sad. This woman was just going next door to retrieve her kids' property. That is it. It's not like she was over there beating on a woman's door, whatnot, just cuz. Like, no, you got my kid's property, get it back. So her going to try to retrieve some property and being slain in the process of that, those 4 children have to walk over and see their mother slain. How traumatizing would that be? Those children are going through. And what truly makes it traumatizing is not only is your mother perishing in front of you, but you feel like you're the reason. If we would let this iPad over here, this wouldn't happen to my mom. My mom would be good. She'd be alive right now. She'll still be here loving us and loving on us. Because I would feel like it was my fault, like as a kid. You know, if I left that over there, like this happened because my mom, when we came and told my mom, look, she got it, she won't get back to us, blah, blah, blah. My mom do what she's supposed to do, protecting us, being the protector and provider. And she goes next door to retrieve what I told her that is missing. And this happens. Why would those poor kids not feel like they're to blame? Again, cause and effect. It's literally not their fault, but they don't know that. You can tell a person that feels like something is their fault thousands of times in their face, over and over and over and over and over again. It's not your fault. 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 And they can still feel as if it's their fault. No matter how many times you tell them, they're still going to feel like in some way, shape, or form, they're the blame. They're to blame. Blame me because I did this. It's my fault. If I would have took that iPad and not left it out there on the grass, my mom would still be alive. My mom died because I left something out. Like, why would they not feel that way? And that's horrible. But then you have celebrities that want to jump on the viral stories, but then women like AJ is just forgotten. Just forgotten. Carlishia has one son. He's 14. Well, I don't know. Maybe she has more kids. But as far as I'm concerned, him, because that's all who people are talking about. This woman had multiple children. And they were taken, and she was taken away from them for no reason. Because that woman had their iPad. Again, if that woman didn't have anything of theirs, there would have been no reason for AJ to go over there and knock on the door. For what? And that's why she didn't go knock on the door, because for what? But there had been altercations between AJ and this woman because she kept coming for her kids. Y'all know, especially as mothers, y'all don't play about y'all kids. If a grown woman is disrespecting y'all kids, it's going to be a problem. It's harder for us and how we were raised and how we were brought up to come in. I know you were yelling at my kids. Please don't do that. That's just not how we get down. Girl, my kids better not come back in my house and tell me that you said anything to them. Like that's what we give. Then that's us being gone. You know? Because most of us beating on doors, come outside, talk to my kids like that. Like that's just, so they've had prior incidents. AJ tried to be as understanding as she could be. So it's not like she went over there irate, put her hands on a woman and all of that. No, that's not the first time AJ had went over to that woman's home. Because she had been disrespecting AJ's children. Like, verbally disrespecting those kids. And their children, what you disrespecting kids for? Like, girl, please, you got a problem, take it to the mama. But that's too much like right. Take it to the parent. If you feel like the kids are doing something, they're kids. Like, girl. So for her to AJ to go knock on her door to retrieve her children's property, and this goes down, very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. So I would understand AJ's family wanting this to be an murder charge, because it basically was. I mean, and if they've had a prior incident, verbal, then how was that not premeditated? Because she could have called the police if she really felt that it was an immediate threat. You know, and that's why I encourage a lot of y'all, call the police before y'all go knocking on people's doors and stuff like that. Call the police. Let the police come knock on the door. Like, you can't beat them, join them, because it's not worth your life. It's not worth thinking you about to go knock on somebody's door and simply just retrieve an item and you lose your life over it. Call the police. Have them do it. That's their job. Let them risk their lives. Because 9 times out of 10, they ain't going to do nothing to them. But they're going to use excessive force, you know, and all of that, like, it's crazy. So, yeah, start calling the police. Like, stop, because it ain't worth it. It really is not. It's not worth it. This poor woman. So, again, all you celebrities that, you know, jumping up for this Carlishia situation, I mean, there are other people out here that truly need help, that truly need assistance. Like, those children are lacking a mother, and they're going to need help. They absolutely are. Like, y'all want to pay for college funds and all of that stuff. Okay, can we? I mean, her kids gonna need to go to college one day. Like, stuff like that. But it's like y'all jump on the Bible stories and y'all swear y'all not clout chasing. When y'all do it, then why not check into these other stories? Like, how y'all selective with help? Weird. But, oh well. Let's get into it. So, update. Charges against Carlishia Hood and her 14-year-old son have been dropped. Okay. So breaking news, prosecutors have dropped all charges against Carlishia Hood and her 14-year-old son in the pop-howing of 32-year-old Jeremy Brown. Citing a further review of evidence in the case, cell phone video shows Brown punching Hood 3 times before the pop-howing. Absolutely. So she was arrested. After this happened, actually, let's get into this article. Let me pull this article up because it explains it a little bit more. So let's get into this. Murder charges dropped against mom, 14-year-old son in Chicago restaurant pow-powing. Murder charges against a mother and her 14-year-old son in connection of the pow-powing. A death of a man after an argument at a fast food restaurant in Chicago have been dismissed. According to CBS News, this development comes after a video showed a man punching the woman before her son pow-powed him. The first-degree murder charges were initially dropped against Carlishia Hood, 35, and her son in the connection of the pow-powing of Jeremy Brown, 32, on June 18th. Hood had a valid firearm owner's identification card and concealed to carry permit at the time of the incident. Was also charged with aiding in the delinquency of a minor. On Monday, the charges against Hood and her son were dropped. According to Cook County State Attorney Kim Fox, the decision was based on continued review and emerging evidence. Based upon the facts, evidence, and the law, we are unable to meet our burden of proof in the prosecution of these cases, Fox's office added. Hood was released from the Cook County Jail shortly after the charges were dropped on Monday. Okay. So that is what happened. Now let's pull up. Let's pull up her. So now Carlishia, Carlishia Hood files lawsuit against the city of Chicago for emotional distress over pow-powing arrests. Never would I have imagined being brutally attacked, beaten, then arrested. Now, before we get into this, most of you have saw the viral video of that man Jeremy assaulting Carlishia. Very disgusting. What happened to him is unfortunate, but oh well. That when having the license to carry and things like that, this is, the repercussions of feeling like you can just put your hands on somebody, especially a man. Hitting a woman like that, oh well. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry to your family or anything like that. Y'all see what he did. And he shouldn't have did that. So, I mean, it is what it is. Maybe him being slain, maybe that was cruel. I mean, like a cruel punishment, but I mean, it is what it is. What he did was cruel. That's a cruel punishment. That woman didn't do nothing for him to deserve to be hitting her like a man on the street. Like, he did. No, you are asking for it, is what that word. Where my disappointment comes in is that I know that we protect our family, and that's what we are supposed to do. I get it. But her son is 14 years old. And at 14 years old, he should not have had to take a life. He don't have a license to carry anything like that. She does. So I just feel it's very unfortunate that a 14-year-old boy had to take a life So people went, oh, he's a hero. He's okay. He could have shot him in the leg, shot him in the arm. She could have shot him herself. That's how I feel about it. It was your weapon. You have the license. All of that. He ain't licensed. You are. So you should have went out there and got that weapon. Is how I feel, Carlishia, and did what you had to do. Empty the whole clip. Oh well. He shouldn't have put his hands on you. He shouldn't have did that. But I feel like this should have been more so of your burden than your son's, because who knows how this truly has affected him. You know, with him having to take a life. Women, your sons are supposed to be protectors. They are. But it's unfortunate that this young man has to take the burden of a boyfriend or a husband. Because that's who should have grabbed that weapon and been ended life. Somebody grown. He is not your man. And I feel like a lot of women have that confused. Your sons, especially when y'all single mothers and stuff like that, your son is not your man. Stop telling him he's the man of the house. No, he's not. Because when you bring a man in the house, who you think gonna bump heads? Stop telling them that. They're not the man of the house. They're not. The man in the house is who's taking care of the home. The 14-year-old is just at the house. He ain't the man of the house. No, he not. He ain't sleeping with you. He ain't paying no bills. He ain't doing none of that. He a son. Forever. That's it. He's not a man. So as a 14-year-old, he should have to step in the shoes of a man. That is what a man is supposed to be doing. So I feel bad for this young man. Do I blame him for what he did? Absolutely not. That's his mother. He has every right to defend and protect her. He does. But it's not his responsibility. It's not. With my children, it's my responsibility to protect them. If a female run up on me right now, I'm not about to go get my 14-year-old daughter. I'm not about to go get her. I'm going to call the police and walk away from the situation. That's what I'm going to do. But I'm not about to put my child in harm's way. Because I just came from the Chicago area this past weekend, and they're looking for him. They are looking for him. There are men in the street right now looking for her son. They're not looking for her. They're looking for her son. This happened in Chicago. Yes, I'm from Indiana. The last few days, he all they've been talking about. They was hoping that he gets out. They're planning on hurting him. So your best bet, move. Girl, you need to leave. Because people in Chicago, girl, pop out first, ask questions later. Look how many unsolved mysteries down there, unsolved murders down there. Girl, they're looking for that baby. He's 14. They shouldn't be looking for him. Something happened to him, then what? Get him out of there as soon as possible. It ain't safe. It ain't safe, mama. They looking for your baby. Just like that man in that restaurant putting his hands on you, he didn't know who he was messing with. Your son taking his life, your son didn't know who he was messing with. I'm just saying, get that boy out of there. Get him out of there. You got distant family or something like that, get him out of there. Because they're looking for that boy. That's all I'm saying. They're looking for him. So, again, and you publicly going out here talking about you suing the city, all that cool. Be careful. Be careful out here in these streets. Because they're looking for that boy. They're looking for him. And that's not fair. That now he really can't even show his face. for the people that's looking for him. For his safety, it's best to just get him out of there. Honestly. And I understand, because what happened to her, that should not have happened. It shouldn't have. But if you can see enough to go and get him and tell him that he needs to go do ... girl, you could have handled that on your own. You could have grabbed your weapon and went in there and took care of that man. Because he shouldn't have put his hands on you. He should not. That was disgusting what he did. I mean, hitting her like that, I'm like, wow. I couldn't watch. I hate hearing and seeing things like that, just to hear the sound of how him connecting. Well, he was trying to literally take her head off her shoulders. And that is not okay. That's why I said, what happened to him? Oh, well. Oh, well. Because he shouldn't have did what he did. Basically, begging for it. Begging for it. Should have never did that. He didn't know who he was putting his hands on. He was putting his hands on Carlishia and said, oh, well, I'm going to show you, say anything else. Like, you talking to a man like this, a whole woman. You talking to. Like, why are you coming at her like that? No matter what the disagreement was. There's no reason to treat her like this. Like, who you think you are? And now he ain't here to tell about it. Oh, well. Got to think about that type of stuff. He wasn't thinking. Clearly. So there's no problem. I don't feel sorry for him. I don't care how his family feel about it. Oh, well. Maybe y'all should have raised him better. I don't know. Because what it said about y'all should be embarrassed with his behavior and how he sat in there and hurt her like that. I would be even embarrassed if I was related to him. And it's sad because he's gone. So just because we didn't love him don't mean that there ain't people out there that do, but oh well. I mean, for him to hit a stranger like that, like he hitting her like they together. Or something, that ain't DD. You don't even know this woman. If you do this to her, I can only imagine how you treat women you date. You know, and stuff like that. Maybe her son did the world a favor. Maybe by her son taking his wife, he saved some lives. In the process, who knows? Sometimes some things are done for the greater good. But at the same time, it's very unfortunate that this 14-year-old had to take a life. It's unfortunate. And I'm sure that this affects him on so many different levels. Because it all happened so fast. Then he went to jail and all that. I'm sure the boy probably hasn't even had time to process what actually happened with all of this stuff going on. He arrested, his mama arrested, they both behind bar, all of this stuff. This man done died, and I'm like, that's a lot to be 14 going through. That's a lot. And was she a victim? Absolutely. Yes. She is a victim for what happened to her. Yes. But now her son, when he pulled that trigger, he became a victim himself. Because he was placed into a situation that he shouldn't have been put in. I wouldn't put my child in that situation. I would not have done that. My first instinct would have been to get my weapon. It would not have been to tell my son to do, or my child to do a damn thing. No. I would have told my kids, stay in the car, I'll be back. Somebody get a little loud and all that. Got plug y'all ears, so I'll be back. Like, I mean, it is what it is. But to literally come out and tell your 14-year-old son, grab that weapon and come in here and take this person's life. I just don't know how I feel about that. It's like my emotions are everywhere. It's like part of me does not blame her. But then at the same time, it's like this boy 14, like this is a kid. He should have been put in that situation. There's no justification for it. I mean, I just can't. I'm trying to justify it, and it's hard. Like my mind won't wrap itself around justifying it. It's hard. He's a kid. He shouldn't have to do that. That ain't your man. Like you didn't go outside and tell your man to grab your weapon and come in here, and that's your man. I get that. But to come tell your baby to do it, like I don't know. I just feel so many different ways, about it. Because it's like that poor boy. Like he's 14. He shouldn't have to do that. Like, I don't know. Like, it's given you wouldn't got him to do it because he only 14 and he would have got less time than you if he was gonna go to jail. You come in here and do it because you 14. So you'll get out just in case this ain't legal. But I want him to die. You come do it. What? What? I have a 14-year-old. I would never. Like I said, if some females came and did some hurt me or something like that, trying to fight me or hurt me, I'm not going to get my daughter. I'm not going to get her. If a 14-year-old girl was outside talking ish, I'm still not coming to get my daughter. For what? She's 14, I'm ignoring her. Girl, where your mama at? Where you that at? Get away from me. You know, like, I'm not interacting. I'm not going to hurt her, harm her. I'm not going to do anything. She's 14. Like, gross. Like, yeah, you're a kid. Get away from me. You know, it's like how I look at it. Like, I'm just walk away. Like, I'm not about to sit there and entertain it. I'm not going to do any of those things. But me going to get my daughter and involving her in something, she could get seriously hurt or die. Everybody fight different. I could be going to get my daughter like, yeah, go out there and handle her, thinking that they just gonna fight and then a blade come out or a weapon come out or, you know. And now my girl, my baby gone. Because I wouldn't involved her in something that she shouldn't have been involved in. It's no different than this young man. I was listening to the conversations. There are people literally looking for him. People that were waiting to go to court, all of that, to see if they get out, all of that. They looking for her son. So, again, they took that man's life not knowing whose life they was taking. So just like you wanted something done, like when he put his hands on you, he didn't know who he was putting his hands on. It's the same thing with your son. When your son pointed that weapon at him, your son didn't know who's pointing the weapon at. Like, girl, violence behaves like it don't make it better. Like, I would have felt so much better. Carlishia would have went in there and did it herself. Because he should have put his hands on her like that. Like, that's crazy. I would have. And Chicago is brutal. They do stuff in broad daylight. They don't care if they're seen. So they don't care. Like, girl, they are looking for that boy, and they shouldn't be. He shouldn't have to worry about his life and if he gonna live and who looking for him and who may hurt you too. Because, girl, you're not too far off the radar either. Like, girl. So, I mean, it just is what it is, you know, but I just, again, I hate that happened to her. And, you know, again, like I said, I can't knock her, you know. It is what it is, you know. I just wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have went and got my kid to do a damn thing. Like, I just, you know, and I wouldn't encourage anybody else to do that either. I wouldn't encourage it. So, he was absolutely, from what I'm gathering, he was in some way, shape, or form gang related. Yes, he was. And then people say that her and her son didn't do nothing wrong. Okay, that's fine. It's your opinion. My girl. That's your opinion. No one's condemning her. Like, y'all be so basic. Like, who cares if her son's traumatized? He did the right thing. Like, and then he may not even feel comfortable saying that he don't approve of what he did just because so many people telling him that he a hero. How? I feel like that was heroic. He's 14. Like, he a kid. I mean, it wasn't like the man beat her to a pulp to where, I mean, she literally walked out of the, that's what I'm saying. If you can walk out and go to your car, you could have did it yourself. You don't know who got injured. So, I mean, you could have did it yourself. Completely justifiable. And if they would have arrested her, they would have been wrong. Because he should not have heard. She has the license to carry. She has a right to do what she did. She has a right to do that. But that 14-year-old did not. Like, I just don't feel like that's a situation that he should have been placed in. I'm not going to agree with that. Like, I don't care what anybody says. You call me hero, fine. But if he feel like he wished he wouldn't have did that and whatnot, he is not wrong for feeling that way. He is not. Like, girl. Like, he is not. Girl, please. That's actually not what therapy is for, bitch. Get rid of this hoe. Get rid of this. Matter of fact, I'll do it. Matter of fact, I'll do it. Matter of fact, I'll do it. Girl, please. That's not what therapy for. Girl, please. Therapy for people that have issues. That's not an issue. That's something that can be avoided. Therapy is for something that can't be. Like if somebody did something to you, like, I don't know, your mom told you to take a weapon and go take somebody's life at 14 years old. That's something that could have been avoided. Like, girl, please. Because you basic mammy ass bitches will send y'all children out there into the wilderness to die. Because if something happened to that boy, it's her fault. It's her fault. Nah. Now say something of the other. If they hurt that boy or take that 14-year-old boy's life, it's her fault. It's her fault. How you gonna get therapy if you're dead? Dumbass, many-ass bitches. Girl, please. How you gonna get therapy if you dead? Idiots. That's why I say y'all are mammies. Mammies and pappies is what y'all are. Girl, please. Just because you're told to do something does not mean you approve of what you did. It does not. And if people are trying to champion you for something you don't feel like a champion for, it will be hard to speak up. So it will make matters worse. So if he's walking around depressed or not feeling like he can't even explain how he feels, or his emotions are all bottled up, but everybody keep patting you on your back, but you don't feel like pat on your back worthy, like, that don't even make sense. Like, y'all are birds. That is a young boy's life. There are people that are literally aiming for him, want him up under the ground. For what? For doing something his mama could have did? Weird. Like, that ain't her man. That's her son. Girl, y'all get that confused. Girl, you're sleeping with your son. Stop treating him like your man. He's not. When the rent due, y'all do everything in y'all power to pay it. Y'all don't put that pressure on y'all son. But then a man hits you, and I'm going to put this pressure on my son. Why? Why? It wasn't that young man's fault. This happened to her. And it wasn't her fault. So I said, I'm not taking nothing away from her. If she would have went in there and ended that boy, a man like, oh, well, he should have put his hands on her. But I'm not going to knock her son for defending and protecting his mom, because I will protect my mother too. I would do the same thing. But I would do it on my own. My mom, she shouldn't have to come and get me to do, no. 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 That should be my decision if I'm going to defend my mother. That's up to me. I shouldn't feel forced. My mom coming outside, putting a gun in my hand, you go in there, you did what? And y'all, okay. Mammies, like y'all are birds, is what y'all are. Because if that boy is affected, which, why would he not be? Why would he not be? Like, girl, I can't. I literally cannot. Like, I can't. But again, shout out to Carlishia, because this is a crazy situation. It wasn't an easy situation. What she had just went through. That was horrific. What happened to her? I'm sure most people couldn't even imagine a woman couldn't even imagine a man approaching them and hurting them like that. So again, I'm not condemning her. I'm not, because that's a crazy situation to be placed in. And I'm not going to condemn her son for protecting her. I'm not going to do that. But I'm just saying it's unfortunate because he's only 14. For a 14-year-old to take a life, like, that's nothing to be proud of. And I don't think that he's proud of it. I really don't. I mean, I think he's happy he protected his mother, and he should be. He should be, because you should. Family's family. I completely get that. I do. And that man should have kept his hands to himself. Carlishia should have never been touched. She should have never been harmed. And I'm not knocking Chicago for letting her out. If AJ walked up to her door and knocked on her a neighbor's door to retrieve her children's iPad, and that woman was shot innocently and slain, and they're not trying to bring up no real charges on her or whatnot, why should they be bringing charges up on Carlishia? For what? That man was in there beating on her in that store like a man on the street. It is what it is. Y'all let George Zimmerman go for standing his ground, and all of that. Let this woman go. No, she don't need to be arrested. She don't need to be put behind bars. No, she don't. No. That should have never happened to her. And a lot of times with the police, y'all don't do shit. Y'all don't do nothing. This woman would have called the police. Y'all would have did nothing. But what y'all did, arrested her. So I don't blame that. That's what I'm saying. It's hard to condemn her. Because nothing would have been done. Nothing. They would have done nothing to that man. They would have done maybe a click on the wrist and let him right out to hurt somebody else. So it's just like, I get it. So I'm not acting oblivious. But again, he's 14. The poor guy should have been put in that situation. That shouldn't happen. Like, it shouldn't happen. You got colleges and stuff all over the world watching. But people asking, hey, even like people like Nicki Minaj, if he need any help with his college, how you know anybody going to accept him when he's known for taking a life? The story's not going to go anywhere. It's permanent. The internet is forever. So, I mean, he's going to have a hard time getting into colleges. So hopefully y'all can send a good word around for him. Because he's still going to have a hard time even not being charged. It's signed, sealed, and delivered. He's always going to be known for this. So, I mean, he's going to have a hard time, getting into, a great college if he's a smart kid. Prestigious probably ain't going to be on the list. It's giving community is what it's giving. Community college. It's what it's giving. Because, they throw black men away in this country, So, but a person like Dylan and, other ones, that one boy, that one, in Milwaukee, and all of them, they become celebs, after they do what they do. But a black boy, defends his mother. And of course, he's going to be scrutinized and whatnot for it. Black people will label him a hero. Others won't. Others will not. No, colleges aren't going to look at him as, a hero. They're going to look at him more so as a thug, I mean, that's just what that were. I mean, I find that very unfortunate. Terry, you're weird. You can't be wrong when you can see both sides. You're goofy. You don't even make sense. Shut up talking to me. Like, you're weird. Being wrong will be like, F her, she should have did that. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying that. I'm saying I can completely see her being hurt and harmed somewhere to where she wants to take care of it. I get it. Because I'm not oblivious. But he's still 14. Like, none of y'all are considering how he feels. Y'all just looking at it from her perspective. What about kids? He did it. She didn't take a life. Her son did. Like, but I'm wrong. No, y'all weird. And y'all mammies. Like, that's what y'all are. A lot of y'all need to get a man. A lot of you. A lot of y'all. I need a real man in your life. Like somebody that's not only going to provide, but also protect you. Because it's not your children's responsibility. It's not. It isn't. I don't care what nobody say. You're not going to change my mind on that. I don't care. You look at him as a hero, good for you. I feel sorry for him. Because I don't know how he feels. I have no idea how he truly feels about what happened. Because in the heat of the moment, things just happen. It happened so fast, I'm sure. He probably barely remembered it. Just because things happen so quickly. So you don't really know how you feel about it until the aftermath. So y'all don't know how he feels at all. Y'all just looking at it from y'all perspective. If that was my son, bitch, it ain't your son. Like, y'all weird. Like, it ain't my son. Like, y'all weird. Like, no, I'm going to tell the truth. Again, she ain't a man. If you want somebody to jump out of a car, ending lives for you. Like, girl, it shouldn't be your children. Like, he got arrested. What if they would have kept him in jail? What y'all gonna say to him? Like, thank God they let him out, because that's not worth his life. They put him in juvie with no bail, nothing. He was gonna be in there for however long they wanted to put him in, and they were charging him with murder. Thank God they let them out. Because for his life to have been thrown away all over something that he didn't have nothing to do with, how would you mammies feel then? That's why a lot of y'all are super happy that they let him out. Because y'all would have been able to justify that if they would have just let her out. Like, girl, please. His life could have been thrown away for the rest of his life. 14 years old, life just gone. Ain't even had a real chance to live yet. And already behind bars over something that could have been avoided. Like, girl, please. He's 14. Y'all not going to convince me of the other. Stop it. Like, thank God they let him out. Because he would not have deserved to be in jail for the rest of his life. For what? And y'all don't know how he feel. He's 14. Then being put behind bars, I can let you know that you did something wrong. And then they let you out, then they say you're a hero? How if I was just in jail? Y'all not thinking about none of that. Y'all act like y'all social media, y'all run people like y'all don't. He needs to decipher what happened so that he can move on with his life. Especially if there's people that are looking to attack and hurt and harm him. Because that man that got slain, he still got a family. You still can't tell his family not to love him because of what he did in that store. They're not going to care. They're going to see red. They're going to see red. They ain't going to be trying to hear none of that. Because if they look at it, the family of Jeremy Brown, who was slain, if they look at it like, okay, well, he hit her, somebody else could have hit her. Or he could have shot him in the leg or an arm or something. He didn't have to kill him because he did. But he did. But if Jeremy would have put his hands on somebody, that wouldn't have been an option. That 14-year-old would have did nothing. Because there would have been nothing for him to do. He didn't go in there bored trying to end lives. No, I'm here protecting my mom. Okay. Like I said, I'm not going to knock him for it. But at the same time, we don't know how he feels. He just got released from jail, from juvenile. That don't say that he did something right. Like, how scared must he have been? 14. And they telling you ain't have to hurt her. So, you know, there's a high probability that I'm never going to get out. So I'm going to be here forever. For protecting my mom? But let's not look at none of that. He's a hero. Okay. Not about the argument of it. Like, y'all are weird. Like, I'm going to look at it from a kid's perspective. He's 14. I would not want to be behind bars for the rest of my life because I helped my mom. Because I didn't let somebody hurt my mom. Like, this is a teenager we are talking about. Y'all act like he's 19, 20 years old, 25. And that's understandable. That's like, oh, okay. Okay. Cool. I mean, it is what it is. But somebody 14, he shouldn't have been put in that situation. But he was. So, I mean, hey. I'm not going to knock him for protecting his mom. And I'm not going to knock Carlishia for being protected by her. So I'm not going to knock that. But again, he's not your man. That's not his responsibility. And a lot of people kind of put a pressure on their children that they don't deserve. Like they don't deserve certain pressures. They don't, especially like defending you and stuff like that. Like, not at 14. No, I can see that's because that's a grown man. Why is a 14 being called for somebody 32? He was 32. It wasn't no 15-year-old in that store that put his hands on her. That one was a 16, 17-year-old, and that's what I put his hands on her. That's a 32-year-old grown-ass man. What if when her son would have came to the store, he had to work and he powered him first? Then what? That boy pop him, and he had a friend or something at the store sitting outside of the car, so I'm seeing that, and pop, like, anything could have happened. So because it went that way doesn't mean it could have went another way. But let's not pay attention to anything like that, because there's going to be a lot of people that look at this situation and feel like they can do it too. So let's not literally push this as like, this is okay. No, it's not okay. But at the same time, we get it. Because that's how I am. Again, I'm not going to condemn her and call her a bad mother. No, she's not a bad mom. She's not. She isn't. I'm not going to say that. She seems very loving. Seems like her and her son have a great relationship. I'm not going to condemn her. No, condemn her for what? I feel like that would be wrong. To sit here and just shame on you, type of situation. Again, everything happens so fast. So, I get it. I absolutely get it. I do. Shani replied to chest. I do, but when my check goes fast again, I'm popping soon. Yeah. I also answer you just talking. You don't have to pay me to ask me a question if that's what you want. I don't need to be paid. You can just say it. I don't agree with the child doing that, but an abusive man should never. Absolutely. Like I said again, nothing that happened to Carlishia in that store should have happened to her. That was wrong. It shouldn't have never happened. It shouldn't. It shouldn't have happened. And she had every right to defend herself. Nobody's going to take that away from her. No one. No one. She had every right. And again, his life being taken, oh well. Oh well. Oh well. He shouldn't have put his hands on her. He should not have. I felt so bad for her. I'm like, wow. And then that happening in the store and nobody doing anything. There were other people in the store, even employees. Didn't nobody do nothing to help that woman? Like, that's crazy. Y'all sitting here watching this man hit her like that? She shouldn't have had to go get her son while other people being in that damn store. She shouldn't have had to. But oh well. He shouldn't have put his hands on her. Especially like that. She is not no man. She is not your equal. Oh well. Oh well. Like I said, I don't care how his family feel about it. But he should have been raised better. It starts at home. It starts at home. For him to be that disrespectful and put his hands on that grown woman like that is despicable. There is no excuse. No excuse. Hitting her multiple times. Oh no. Oh no, I don't blame her for wanting to. I get it. That's why I said I get it. She ain't even got to explain it. Understood. Enough said. I would have just preferred to be her that did the pop out. She should have did it. I get the young man doing what he needed, but he felt like he needed to do what he needed to do for his mom. He did it. Okay. I'm not gonna, condemn him either, or stay on top of ill with. No, that's your mom. Ain't no man hit my mom, especially no man hit my mom in front of me. Oh, it's going down. Oh, it's going down. My mom walk up to me, face full, talking about something. My man just, what? Oh, yeah, it's going, I get it. So, and I'm sure with the young man just being in protective mode, wanting to protect his mother, he just went. It's kind of like an outer body experience. It's kind of like you kind of just leave your body and your body just reacting. You kind of just a spectator, at that point, to where things happen so fast. To where it's just like you don't even really have time to think about what you're about to do. You're just already doing it, type of situation. So, yeah, I mean, I get it. I definitely get it. But she said that she is going to be suing, and I don't blame her for suing. I absolutely don't. But let's get into what she said about what's going on. Hold on. It's my fault. I don't know what just happened. But yeah, she said that she is going to be suing the city of Chicago. Yeah, so let's get into that. Do you want to hear what she has to say? I listened earlier, but I'm gonna listen with y'all. I want to listen with y'all. Oops. It's supposed to only Nicki Minaj says she wants to pay for his college. Okay. AJ children need to go to college too, Nicki. Yeah. Her children need to go to college as well. This is the video. Let me pull that up. The video of her son getting out of jail. I'll pull that up. So this is the video of her son getting out, which again, I'm glad he is. I'm glad he is. I'm glad he got out, and whatnot. I'm happy that he did because again, I just don't feel like he should have had to spend the rest of his life in jail over something like that. Yeah. So shout out to him for getting out. I'm just glad that he didn't have to spend the rest of his life behind bars because I just would have been so sad. Like it's just like poor kid, Because honestly, he didn't do nothing wrong. It's just sad that he, at 14 years old, felt that he had to do that. So Nikki said that 14-year-old boy that backed the hammer out when his. Why does they keep pulling her up? My Lord, get her off my screen. Okay. Let's get to. And it's just how she said it. Like, if Nikki would have just said, to the boy that helped his mom, but she didn't even know anybody's name. So I'm just like, his mom's name is Carlishia, Nikki. Like, it's giving clout. Like, no disrespect, but it's just like, girl, you didn't even take the time out to find out anybody's name. Okay. And then it's how she said it. It's just like it's unnecessary. You just could have just simply said to the young man that helped out his mom, that backed her. Shout out to you if you need anything, especially college wise. I like to help. I just feel like how Nikki worded it. I'm just like it was unnecessary to word it like that. But, to each his own. So she wants to help him with his college and whatnot. Shout out to her. I don't have a problem with that. At all. I don't know why this video has no sound. Hold on, let me just go to the neighbor his I do talk again. I don't know why. If he's saying the video has no sound, it's fine. But let's pull up. She says she's suing. And she has every right here. She has every right.
I'm Carlishia, Carlishia. Last name is Hood, Hood. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the support for me and my family. On June 18th of this year, my life changed. My son's life changed. I've experienced pain in many ways that I would never have thought, never. What happened to me was totally unnecessary. Never in a million years would I have imagined being brutally attacked, beaten, and then arrested. I am thankful that the Cook County State's Attorney dismiss the case. I am also thankful to have my son with me and by my side, and also his charge. Hello, everyone. I'm Carlishia, CAR, is being dismissed. I thank my family for supporting me and the people all over the world. The people did not play. Yeah. And I just thank God everything was revealed. And just everybody who has been praying and rooting for us, I just thank God for them. That did not go unnoticed. You are all not forgotten. And we are praying for all the families affected by this horrible tragedy. I am now in the process of healing and putting my family's life back together. During this trying time, we ask if, we could please have space to rest and recover from this life-altering situation. And that you all continue to keep us in your prayers. In the near future, I will be able to respond to outpouring just being dismissed. I thank my family for supporting me and the people all over the world. The people did not play. Yeah. And I just thank God everything was revealed. And just everybody who has been praying and rooting for us, I just thank God for them. That did not go unnoticed. You are all not forgotten. And we are praying for all the families affected by this horrible tragedy. I am now in the process of healing and putting my family's life back together. During this trying time, we ask if, we could please have space to rest and recover.
So yeah, shout out to Carlishia again. No
Hello,
one
everyone.
to go through
I'm Carly.
She went through. With her filing the lawsuit, I know people try to say that Black people are lawsuit happy, but again, what was the point of arresting her if y'all was just going to let her go? What was the point of arresting her son if y'all were just going to let him go? I do feel like y'all are very arrest happy when it comes to Black people. It just arrest them first and ask questions later. Because what was the reason of them being put behind bars at all? I mean, that video was clear as day. I'm sure the restaurant showed them the surveillance of it. There was no reason to arrest her in the first place. There was no reason to arrest her son. I just don't feel that they should have been arrested when what happened was clear as day. I mean, if anything, I could have seen them arresting the son at first, with him not having a permit, or anything like that, and, taking someone's life. I mean, I guess I could see that. But arresting someone that was just brutally beaten, like, I don't get that. Why was she arrested? That I really don't get. What was she thrown behind bars for? For what? Again, just for y'all to release her. She didn't have to go through a court trial, or anything like that, and she won, and y'all released her because she won, because of insufficient evidence. If there was insufficient evidence for charges, then there should have been insufficient evidence to arrest her at all. What did she get arrested for? I don't get that. What did she get arrested for at all? And y'all need to learn. And if y'all not going to learn the right way, then maybe y'all need to learn in the bank. Maybe she need to hit them pockets. Yeah, I'm not knocking her at all for suing. I feel that she's completely entitled to it. Although they always try to make, Black people are always trying to sue. No, Black people are always doing something to get sued for. Black people are always doing something to get sued for. When Susan pop-out AJ, basically in front of her kids, Susan didn't get arrested. That man that shot that 16-year-old Black boy through the door, he didn't get arrested. The man that chokehold and literally took a Black man life from the floor of the subway, they didn't come in and just arrest him. Like, why? And then when we say what the difference is between us, when we say that we're Black and they're white, it's race card. That's what we always say. No, it's just always happening. Stop doing it and we wouldn't be able to say it. Stop it. That's all. Y'all come to the scene and arrest someone that this woman, after she had literally just been beaten by this man, y'all come and arrest her. But then a black woman is literally pop out in broad daylight, knocking on the door. Like she wasn't even in the home. She was outside and powed through the door. Y'all come and pick up this black body, but y'all don't arrest nobody. Y'all don't arrest no one. This dude pounds on this girl, pounds on this woman. And y'all come arrest her? Yeah, she has every right to sue y'all. Yeah, sue her. I don't blame her. I hope she wins. I do. I hope she wins. Because she deserves whatever she's suing for. Because, again, what was she arrested for? Let's arrest you to release you. Yeah, it sounds like I need to sue you. That's what, because you shouldn't arrest me at all. What you released me for? Oh, you released me for the same reason you arrested me? Yeah, lawsuit. Yeah, absolutely. And not only her minor son. Sue him. Okay. I'm completely fine with that. But instead of people worrying about college tuitions and stuff like that, make sure this boy has some counseling and therapy. You know, when I don't know if therapy is, you know, necessary right away, because not everybody accepts therapy. Not everybody's, you know, therapy isn't for everyone. But at least some counseling. You know, get somebody around him that's going to be able to weed out how he feels. You know, about the situation, so you can see where he is mentally. You know, with what happened, with what transpired. You know, because it doesn't mean that he's just okay. He could be going through all types of things. It just doesn't know how to say something because it's hard to do when people are championing you for something you don't feel worthy. Honestly, you can make a decision that is still justifiable, but you still kind of regret it. You know, still kind of regret it because although he took a life, and I do feel that he was, you know, I get it, 100%. When people have funerals and stuff, you know, for people and they're having a funeral because of something that you did, is a different type of feeling. And as a 14-year-old, you know, to see that this person's being buried, you know, because of what I did, it can have a different effect. And if you don't talk about it, then you don't know how you feel about it. So I would just encourage, you know, his mother and people around him that love him to just keep checking on him, just make sure that he's okay. You know, kind of put him in some counseling or something to make sure that he is expressing himself. Because again, I would rather have him talk to a stranger because sometimes you just don't feel comfortable, you know, saying everything. I mean, especially if he feels badly about what he did, I feel like the last person he's going to want to tell that is his mom. Because it's like, well, I don't regret defending you, but still at the same time. Because that's what I'm saying. It can be really tricky, you know. And I'm concerned about the young man, you know. I'm glad that Carlishia is okay. But what that man did to her, she could be very traumatizing. Like a man pound on you like that. Like, I'm sure she's very, you know, distraught, you know, and emotional and whatnot about what happened to her. I'm sure that was a lot. Like, just because some people used to men hitting on them or they've been in, you know, relationships like that to women, everybody like don't go through that. Everybody ain't immune. Some women being hit is traumatic. And then some people don't even realize that they've been traumatized by it because they're so immune to it. It don't mean that it hasn't affected you in so many different ways. What happened to her is very triggering to a lot of people. To a lot of people. And that happened in broad daylight in front of many people. So, and for the people to do nothing can be traumatizing as well. For these people to just let this happen to you. Nobody should have, they running out of the store. Run out of the store for what? Help her. Like, when I see stuff like that, I get angry. So if I was, my body wouldn't have allowed me to not do something. I definitely would have done something. I would not have let this man pummel her like that in front of me. I would feel less than a man sitting there watching. Like, how you want a man sitting here watching this dude do this to her? I mean, I could understand a female running, you know, but men, what y'all running for? Help her. Crazy. That's what I said. If they wasn't willing to do anything, they weren't about to sit there and be a witness for her and whatnot when the police and stuff get there. In Chicago, it's different. You know, sometimes it's a blessing if somebody sees something and say something. Other than that, y'all know how it go. Don't ask, don't tell. And even if they ask, you still don't tell. So she wouldn't have had no real defense. So that's why I can see her son stepping in. Like, that's what I'm saying. I get it. But he could have got really hurt. Like, he could still get hurt. You know, so, I mean, it's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. But I get it. I absolutely get it. I do. And again, I'm not condemning her. I'm not. I just think it's an unfortunate situation all the way around. It's unfortunate that man did that to her. It's unfortunate that she had to deal with that man doing that to her. It's unfortunate her 14-year-old son had to get involved. It's unfortunate they both got arrested for them to release them. And all of it is unfortunate. It's a horrible situation. No one should have to go through what her and her son are going through right now. Like that, it's a lot. I'm sure it's heavy. I'm sure it's very heavy. Very. And then again, there's people threatening her. There's people threatening her son. So it's a lot. It's a lot. It's like they threatening this woman like she did something wrong. Like, she honestly didn't. She was just waiting and storing a line. What's the harm in that? Just like AJ going to knock on the door to get her children's iPad back. What is the harm in that? Why does she have to pass away? Like, why? Now those poor kids are left without a mother. It's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. So, shout out to her. We will keep you updated on what's going on with her, what's going on with her son. Like I said, shout out to the both of them. Our prayers to everybody. You know, her and her situation, her son's situation, even the family that lost Jeremy. You know, prayers to the family because again, I mean, I really don't care how they feel about it because again, look, cause and effect. He was in the store literally pummeling a woman. Like, how y'all defend that, I don't know. Because I don't see what's to defend. But yeah, it's just a very unfortunate situation. So we're about to go on coffee and discuss some stuff. So if you guys want to come over, the link is in the chat. Make sure that you come and join us if you can. We will be back tomorrow because I'm sure there's going to be updates with this and some other things. I also want to update you on everything that's going on with AJ and her children, the woman who was pow for getting the iPad, knocking on the door for the iPad. I will definitely, all this over a full order. But I mean, it's that woman should have never been, she shouldn't have been touched, especially like that, like crazy. The audacity of him, of Jeremy, to put his hands on her. Like, wow. I was like, what is wrong with this dude? So yeah, I it is what it is. It is what it is. It just is what it is with this type of situation. But yes, I have to get out of here. We're at our 2-hour mark. You know, I don't like lives to be crazy long. So yeah, we will be back tomorrow. Absolutely. I love y'all. Until the next time. Bye.